Okay, Heather Kylan joins us again. I feel like you were just on, but weren't you here last time?
I was, yeah. I was when I was helping you guys out with
Mhm.
the travel
Yep.
work.
So this week we are talking to your nurse, Claire Strain. And tell me a little bit about Claire, how you first connected with her, and then just some fun stuff about her.
So Claire has been with Atlas for a year. She's amazing. I love her. Just really had a great connection with her at the beginning of her when she first came to me. She came because she was having an issue with one of her current recruiters. She had only been on one assignment, wanted a different feel, and we juggled through a bunch of different assignments trying to get her placed. Finally landed her first one in Kansas, because that's where she wanted to be because of a friend.
Mhm.
The assignment was not amazing, but she used to call me all the time, and like this day was just awful, and we would talk, and I guess it just really solidified like our bond, and we became fast friends after that. She went to Christa St. Vincent and extended there for like 3 extensions. Loved the facility. I always recommend it because she had a great time. It's full of wonderful travelers. And now she's at Renown. So we have been on cruises together. We've been on vacations together. She's come to my house. Like we met, she went to Vegas last year. She's coming back to Vegas. So anytime that we get to spend with each other, we have a lot of fun. She's amazing.
So answer this for me, and I will ask her the same thing too. And I know this plays into why you've been very successful as a recruiter is because you have a nurse background. You
Mm-hmm.
are a nurse. You still pick up shifts. Is
Mm-hmm.
it because of that, or is it just because like you two just found that?
I think it was just because we found it. I mean, it didn't really, she's a med-surg nurse, PICU nurse. I mean, I think it was just really our friendship and our bonding that helped getting her through that assignment, understanding where she was coming from. I mean, it helped a little bit because I can speak the language, but
Mhm.
really just about having an ear and listening and reciprocating.
That
So,
makes that makes a lot of sense. That really does. I mean, that would
and
explain why.
she has the cutest dog. His name's Harry. He's amazing. She used to send me pictures of him. Like he's awesome, and she loves him. So that was kind of another.
Does the dog travel with her? I don't know if I've ever
Yeah,
seen her.
he
Really?
does. He does. He's
Oh,
awesome. He's very cute.
awesome.
He's a good boy.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to her right now. Heather, thank you so much from sunny Houston. Is
Yeah,
that
hot Houston.
hot? Mm. It's
It's
not bad.
okay.
It's probably it's like in the 80s today. It's not bad.
Oh, we've been hitting the 98s.
What's your humidity like though?
Oh, but it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. See, ours has been pretty decent. So
All
so there you go. All right, Heather. Thanks again. I really
right. We'll see you
appreciate it.
in TravCon.
We will see you at TravCon. And Claire, welcome to the Atlas Life. Okay, longtime Atlas traveler, Claire Strain is with us today. Claire, how have you been?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing great.
So, you correct me if I'm wrong, you're in Reno right now, correct?
Yes.
How is that?
Oh, it's great. So much to do here. The people are nice. The weather is fantastic. It's been pretty smoky lately from the fires in California, but it's great. It's a lot of fun, and there's tons of travelers here. The hospital is really nice, so that's
There-
always
There's a lot of our travelers there.
yeah.
So, awesome. How long have you been there now?
I just got here. I started in July 2nd, so I've just been here for a month.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was longer for some reason, but
Yeah.
where were you just before this one then?
I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico for 3 contracts. I extended because I had a great time there.
That is what I was thinking of then.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. How was Santa Fe?
Oh, Santa Fe was so great. Smaller town, but like it's such a special place there. And New Mexico is so beautiful. I've never been to a place like that, so it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So you ready to get into this?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So how did you first connect with your recruiter?
So shout out to Ronnie because Ronnie connected us via Facebook. And I interviewed Heather for like an hour. And we just we clicked so well over the phone. And I just felt like we got along really well and had a really good bond. And so I just was like, it was like an instant click. Like I just knew that I wanted her to be my recruiter.
Now, just out of my own curiosity, because I think in my head this matters to me, and I'm curious to hear from your point of view. Her being a nurse, you being a nurse, like, was that a thing, or was it simply just a personality connection?
I definitely appreciated that she had a nursing background too, because she understood, like I could talk to her about a bad day or something that I felt unsure about. Even before she was actually my recruiter, I was nervous about some cardiac drip and I texted her. And so we had a chat about that and she made me calmed me down, reassured me. So it's nice having that common ground with her.
But then, I mean, she is very, I don't want to say customer service because that sounds way too salesy, but I mean, she has that mentality though. And that's what makes her very successful, I think.
Yeah. I know that not every travel nurse has a personal bond with their recruiter, which I can appreciate that, but I feel like our personalities mesh really well. And so, I just feel very close with her, and we've worked together for over a year now, and we're just very close friends as well. So that's nice.
Cool. So
Yeah.
why did you start traveling in the first place?
So I was in South Carolina at the time, and I was in my fourth year of nursing, and I felt very stuck there. I just felt like an itch for something new and something different. And I had met some travel nurses at my old permanent hospital, and they talked to me about how it worked. And I was just like, wow, I want to do that. So I made it happen.
Awesome. And was it a hard decision? I mean, talk me through kind of your thought process on that.
Yeah, it was tough because I had lived in this small town for 6 years. So I felt very at home there. And I had a big network of friends and family and stuff. But I was ready to move on. I felt like it was time.
Here's the thing, I would never have guessed that because you jumped in feet first, 100 miles an hour. Some of the pictures that you've posted, that you sent to us or posted on Facebook of the adventures that you've had so far have been envious to say the least. Like you've had some pretty cool adventures so far.
Yeah, it's been great. I feel like this is definitely where I'm meant to be in my life, and I'm super grateful for this journey.
Excellent.
It's been great.
So thinking about that, then give me the best part of travel nursing. Give me the worst part.
I think the worst part is like those first couple of weeks when you're still getting used to the unit, you're still adjusting to the charting system. This assignment that I'm in currently will be the very first one where I've used the charting system more than one time. Up until now, I've had to learn a whole new charting system every time I've started, so that's kind of stressful. And just adjusting to new policies, new hospital. That's probably the biggest challenge I find. And then I think the highlights are meeting new people, getting to some of the vacations. I've traveled internationally twice this year, and that wouldn't have been possible without, this job and having the flexibility with travel nursing.
Yeah, one of the things I just referred to, right? I mean, you have done some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Along with being in some really cool environments too, with where you're working.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. I went to Thailand this year. I went to the UK last year, which is what I contributed part of my Atlas adventure towards, was my trip to England. So it's been so much fun. And then we took a cruise earlier and went to Mexico and Jamaica. So that was just great.
So best experience outside of work, in work, whatever it is that you've had as a travel nurse so far?
Gosh, that's a really hard question to answer. I've had some really profound relationships with my patients, actually, that I remember. Just when I was in Santa Fe, I had a patient family member that was so grateful for the care I provided for their family that they gave me a gift, out of the kindness of their heart, like to truly say thank you. And then here in Reno, I had a patient interaction that meant a lot, and to the point where he invited me to visit him and his family in Canada. So those are very special to me, and those mean a lot.
There's a rewarding piece to, as I've done this for however many, 14, 15 years now, there's a rewarding piece to being a nurse that I knew of, but not like this. Like there's a level here, right? Like those kinds of stories.
Yeah. And that really keeps me going and gives me more fuel for to make up for those hard shifts where it doesn't run so smoothly. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's not all roses and candy and invites to Canada, right? I mean,
exactly.
there's some tough times, and there's probably a lot of times you come home and you think, oh my goodness, right? And I say that in the nicest way possible here for, sanitized, obviously.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the last questions then, what's next? What after Reno, like if you could do anything, anywhere, where would you go? What would you do?
Well, I already have my next international vacation kind of planned out.
Awesome.
I want to go to Australia and New Zealand. So probably sometime next year. Mm-hmm. I'll be looking into that. And then also I really want to maybe do some like medical mission outreach, whether it's in like Africa or, I had talked to a physician before about going with a group to Guatemala and doing some medical work. So something like that would be really amazing.
Do you know, and I think you might have met him before, he is a very good friend of us and of Atlas, Jonathan Giangrasso. You may have met him.
Yeah, I think I remember him, yeah.
Jonathan does a lot of those, and we've helped them out with some, we can buy bulk supplies and send with, for when you go and that type of thing. So keep me updated on that. That is definitely something that we like to, because we can't do that. That's not something that obviously that we can do, but in between contracts for you to go do that is pretty special.
Yeah. I think it would just be life-changing to experience that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So tell me, are you going to Vegas?
Yes.
Awesome.
Vegas. So
it is fun. Like, I mean, and it's every year it gets bigger and bigger, and I hope it just doesn't get too big, right? I mean, it's once we get there, the family thing is important to us, and that's something that we don't. I mean, a lot of please just throw that around or whatever, but it's a weekend full of us having fun. So I can't wait to see it and just do some cool stuff.
Yeah, I remember last year when we took the boats out on the lake. And just having that very surreal moment, like how much fun it was and all these new people that I had just met. And that was my first time at TravCon. So I'm a huge supporter of it. I try to get as many people to go as possible or just make them aware that it happens because it's so much fun. It's
a cool time. So, all right, that's it. I am not going to take any more of your time. I will see you in just a month?
Yeah.
Vegas? So.
Yeah. See you in a month.
All right. Thanks again. We'll see you on the road.
Okay.
Bye.